Science has changed the world. It has cured diseases, powered cities, and taken humans beyond Earth. But not every experiment was safe. Some crossed ethical limits. Some ignored warnings. And some cost human lives. Today, we are counting down the top 10 most dangerous science experiments ever conducted. Experiments that pushed science to its darkest edge. 10. Tesla's earthquake machine. Nikola Tesla was fascinated by vibration and resonance. He believed that if an object vibrated at the exact natural frequency of a structure, even a small force could cause massive destruction. To test this, he built a small mechanical oscillator in his New York laboratory. When he activated it, nearby buildings began to shake violently. Pipes cracked, walls vibrated, and people ran into the streets thinking an earthquake had struck. Tesla later claimed that if the device had been left running, it could have collapsed entire buildings. Realizing the danger, he destroyed the machine himself. 9. The Large Hadron Collider. The Large Hadron Collider, located beneath the France-Switzerland border, is the most powerful particle accelerator ever built. It smashes subatomic particles together at nearly the speed of light to study the fundamental structure of the universe. Before it was activated, fears spread worldwide. Some believed the collisions could create miniature black holes or tear apart space-time itself. Scientists assured the public that these scenarios were impossible, and no disaster occurred. However, the machine still handles extreme energy levels, and a single error could cause catastrophic damage to equipment and surrounding infrastructure. 8. Project Mercury Space. Experiments. During the early days of the space race, very little was known about how the human body would react to space. Project Mercury astronauts were placed inside small metal capsules mounted on unstable rockets. Many test launches exploded. The capsules had no real escape systems, and if something went wrong, survival was unlikely. Astronauts accepted these risks knowingly, becoming living test subjects. These experiments paved the way for space travel, but came with a very real possibility of death at every launch. 7. The Philadelphia Experiment. According to popular legend, the U.S. Navy conducted a secret experiment during World War II to make a warship invisible using powerful electromagnetic fields. The ship was said to vanish and then reappear, with disastrous effects on the crew. Some reports claimed sailors became disoriented, severely injured, or even fused with the ship's structure. Most historians believe this experiment never happened and that the story was exaggerated or fictional. However, if such an experiment had actually occurred, the intense electromagnetic exposure would have been extremely dangerous to both humans and equipment. 6. Operation Plumb Bob. In 1957, the United States conducted a series of nuclear tests known as Operation Plumb Bob. A total of 29 nuclear bombs were detonated to study blast effects and radiation. In one test, a steel cap placed over a nuclear shaft was launched upward at an estimated 6 times Earth's escape velocity, possibly becoming the fastest man-made object ever created. Even more disturbing, military personnel were ordered to stand close to nuclear blasts to observe the effects on humans. Many later suffered from radiation-related illnesses. 5. The Radium Girls. In the early 20th century, factory workers were hired to paint watch dials using glowing radium-based paint. They were told the substance was harmless. To paint precise numbers, workers were instructed to lick their brushes, ingesting radioactive material daily. Over time, their teeth fell out, jaws deteriorated, and bones became fragile. Many died painful deaths from radiation poisoning. This tragedy revealed the true dangers of radiation and led to major changes in workplace safety laws. 4. Challenger O-ring experiment. Before the launch of the Challenger space shuttle in 1986, engineers repeatedly warned that rubber O-rings used in the shuttle's boosters became brittle in cold temperatures. On the morning of the launch, temperatures were unusually low. Despite the warnings, the mission was approved. 73 seconds after liftoff, the O-rings failed, causing the shuttle to explode. All 7 astronauts on board were killed. This disaster showed how ignoring scientific data can be just as dangerous as failed experiments. 3. The Kishtim nuclear disaster. In 1957, a nuclear waste storage tank at a Soviet facility overheated due to a cooling system failure. The tank exploded, releasing massive amounts of radioactive material into the environment. Entire villages were contaminated, and thousands of people were exposed to radiation. The Soviet government kept the incident secret for decades, delaying medical treatment and evacuation. Today, the area remains one of the most radioactive places on Earth. 2. Human radiation experiments. Between the 1940s and 1960s, scientists conducted secret experiments involving radiation on humans without their consent. Patients were injected with plutonium to study how it moved through the body. Soldiers were placed near nuclear explosions to observe radiation effects. Many participants were never informed of what was done to them. These experiments caused long-term health issues and are now considered major violations of human rights and medical ethics. 1. The Demon Core. The Demon Core was a plutonium sphere used in nuclear criticality experiments during the Manhattan Project. In 1945, a scientist accidentally dropped a tungsten carbide brick onto the core, causing a sudden burst of radiation. He died weeks later from radiation poisoning. In a second incident, another scientist used a screwdriver to separate the core from a reflector. The screwdriver slipped, triggering another radiation burst. He also died soon after. The core was never used again and became a symbol of how small mistakes in nuclear science can be fatal. These experiments pushed science forward, but at unimaginable cost. They remind us that discovery without ethics and safety can become deadly. Which of these experiments shocked you the most?